Hey guys, this is Simeon here. As you can tell, this is going to be a different episode than normal. So we're going to use some bank audio for this episode. We're still going to try and follow somewhat of our normal format, but since it's a slow news week and we don't have a ton of stuff going on, we're just going to have some like chats with some community people, and we'll go over the Prince tournament rules and what you have to do to enter that again. This is not our blooper episode, so this is just some bits and pieces of audio that we've had conversations, kind of Heroclix related, sometimes not. And we're just going to edit it down into one cohesive episode. So this is episode 341, Rabble Rabble, it's time to Scrabble. Is that what Calder says? I think that's what he says. Dial H for Heroclix is brought to you in part by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock every day, including the latest Heroclix singles and sealed products. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com. We typically start every episode with what made us happy this week. Calder, what made you happy? Ah, fantastic. Nothing. Good. I'm sure he'll have plenty to say when he's back on next time. What made me happy this week is I finally beat Witcher 1, which kind of a slog to get through, to be honest. I've decided to play all three of the Witcher games. I liked the Netflix series. I'm going to pick up the books, although apparently I'm doing it in the wrong order. The books should have came first, but that's fine. I don't really care about spoilers too much. So, The Witcher 1, or just The Witcher, I guess, kind of like a long game to get through and really unsatisfying in certain spots. There's like a lot of, towards the beginning, there's a lot of like just awful like segments that you really have to like try and get through, and then not like storyline wise or whatever, the story's like really cool and unique, mostly like weird fetch quests that involve going back to like the three same places over and over and over again, and then the combat is kind of clunky. And then I finished Witcher 1, I just started playing The Witcher 2, and it's kind of like if anyone's ever played through the Mass Effect trilogy and they played Mass Effect 1 and then you get to Mass Effect 2 and like the skill trees and the weapons and the mods and the ammo and everything's just completely different. That's the exact same kind of thing that happened in The Witcher. So I know that games that are like separated by a long amount of time sometimes just get weird. They just change a lot. Like you have like 4 or 5 years in between. Of course, they're going to be running on like different engines, and there's going to be different things that they are able to do. But yeah, like just the sheer shock of like playing through The Witcher, putting like 40 hours into the first Witcher game, and then getting to The Witcher 2 and being completely like having to relearn everything. Combat's completely different. Tactics have to be completely different. In the first one, you're Geralt of Rivia pretty much just like auto parries most attacks if he's like skilled up enough. And I don't want to get too deep into the game because if like you haven't played it, there's no use in like getting really deep into it. But basically, the first Witcher is just completely different than the second one. Tactics have to be like completely changed. In the first one, you can kind of just dive into like there's some preparation that you need to do, but you can do it on the fly and you just can dive into combat. And then in the second one, you have to be way more reserved, especially if there's like a bunch of enemies. So I've been enjoying that. The second one's pretty cool so far. I do plan on like reading the books and getting more into like the story. It's a cool world. It's really neat. I don't really care for like the super big inconvenient choices that you have to make every now and then, and it's kind of frustrating when you're just like, I want to like, whenever I play games, I want to be like the people pleaser dude, and in The Witcher they make you make all these tough choices where you can't like really make a happy outcome for everybody. Like one person's going to be real mad at you, or like one group of people's going to be real mad at you, or just dead. Sometimes they're just dead at the end of your decision. So that's also a fun option. But that's what made me happy this week. Let's go ahead and get into the news. So the news this week is we got one character released, the final figure, and that was the super rare Maggot. So Maggot came to us from the Joe Pangrazio over at Clix Nexus. Not sure if you've heard of it, but it's a pretty decent site. It's taken the internet by storm. So Maggot, being the last super rare, he's pretty interesting. He's one of my favorite characters of the set so far. He makes 2 bystanders. They're both max 1, but there's a little caveat where if either bystander is KO'd, you can't generate it again. So it's free to generate. You have an Eenie or a Meanie. Those are the 2 bystanders. You can get one of each. If either one is KO'd, you no longer have that power to generate of that name, so you can still generate the other one. The bystanders themselves, one starts off with charge, poison, and combat reflexes, and the other one, looking very similar, is charge, combat reflexes, and 2 damage with exploit weakness. They both have the ability to give an opponent food tokens when they hit. Doesn't say damage, so if they hit an opponent, they can give them food tokens. They're both autonomous. And then the actual figure Maggot, he starts with sidestep for his first 3 clicks, 2 clicks of stealth, full dial of super senses, 1 click of prob, 1 click, so click 1 is prob. His second click is just 3 damage, and then clicks 3 through 5 are perplex. He's 40 points, only 5 clicks deep. X-Men team ability, and then the food tokens thing is not as cool as the zombie food tokens, but it's still pretty cool. He has a trait that it's kind of gross. That's the make the Eenie or Meanie, but that's how I live. So if you don't know the character Maggot, that's his digestive system, is these 2 slugs. That was like his mutation, and the way that he gets nutrients is these 2 gross slug things that live with him. It's like a weird symbiotic thing. But he has free, remove an adjacent Eenie or Meanie bystander from the map. If you do, remove all of that bystander's food tokens and give them to Maggot. So it's possible to remove them from the map and then generate them again if they get in like a sticky situation and you don't want them to die, or just to absorb the food tokens. Then his final trait is my digestion is weird. Free, remove a food token and choose 1. Heal 2 clicks. Or this turn, Maggot can use charge and modifies his combat values +1. So that would make him a 10 speed for the top of his dial, 11 attack for his whole dial. So he's 10 attack, his whole dial. If he modifies combat values, he's then at 11. And then he's got 2 clicks of 18 defense, and then 3 clicks of 17 defense, 2 clicks of 3 damage, 3 clicks of 2 damage. So potentially top dial, if you're removing these, he becomes a sidestep, 11 attack, 4 damage, 19 defense with charge and prob, which is pretty decent. Lower dial, you of course has the ability to heal back up, which is probably what I would use for. This guy's actually pretty solid. You can equip him with a bunch of stuff that... but honestly, he's just a solid support piece for 40 points with the Animal Generation X and X-Men keywords. And then, of course, he was the 2018 Team World Champion design figure. So it was created by Richard Leo, Devon Owens, and Joe Pangrazio of Clix Nexus fame. So congratulations to them. We've got 2 World Champ figures in this set, both super rares with Maggot, and of course the other one is Juggernaut, Tyler Spee's design. So both really cool figures. That's all we've got for the news this week, but I did want to do a quick recap for the Prince Tournament and rules. The Prince Tournament, of course, is to combat the evil, disgusting Pauper Tournament. So this tournament, the main thing based on this tournament is that you will have to use super rare primes, chases, ultra chases, and convention exclusives. Now, for some reason, there's a lot of confusion about convention exclusives. We have a Google Doc that has everything listed. If we didn't list it, it's because we might have forgotten something, but it's probably because it appeared at like WKOs, and we wanted these figures to be really exclusive. Like you had to go to the convention to win them or buy them or whatever. I think Galactus is the one exception to that where you could have bought that and had it sent to you. But we really wanted it to be like the high end of convention exclusives. We didn't want it to be just like every LE, because if we let in certain convention exclusives that were like WKO prizes, then you'd have to let in certain LEs that were also WKO prizes and et cetera, et cetera. Then at a certain point, we just had to limit it with what we thought. So that's why there's a Google Doc saying what's legal and what's not. If you have any questions about something being on there, we can answer why or why not, or maybe we'll add it. But as is that Google Doc, plus chases, ultra chases, and super rare primes, both moving forward into House of X and any previews we see in between then and now, Lady Phoenix, all that stuff that isn't actually modern legal yet, that will all be legal for this tournament. You do not have to prove that you have the figures. You just have to be willing to play them. It's going to be a $10 entry, and you can send that to me. If you are interested, you can just message me on Facebook, or Calder on Facebook, or the page on Facebook. Any three of those works. We've already got 5 people that are interested, and I think we've got 3 people that have paid up. So we really want 16 to fire the event off so that we're not losing a ton of money on it. We're already going to lose a little bit, and that's fine. I just think it's a really cool format to try. But again, builds will have to be sent in by January 1st. You have until the 1st to decide to join. And then pod play is what we're going to go with from January 1st to the 8th. So you'll have to communicate with 3 other people to get your 3 games done, and the top 2 of those pods will move forward into the single elimination bracket. I really like that setup for tournaments, so that's what we're going to go with. It's going to be 300 modern, of course. Modern forward is what I'm calling it, so it's modern plus other stuff that isn't even included in modern technically. Map bonuses, again, not going to be allowed. Any additional game elements, so any bystanders, any sideline figures, anything that would be on your force sheet has to be listed, or has to meet the requirements of being super rare prime, chases, ultra chases, convention exclusives. So Black Widow cannot, bring in a shifting focus, or like one of the Widow recruits or anything like that. Even though she's a chase, she doesn't get access to non-chase things. Prizing is going to be first place is going to get 1 whole brick of House of X. Second place is going to get half a brick of House of X. And then third is going to get 3, and fourth is going to get 2 boosters. 3 boosters and 2 boosters respectively. If we reach 32 participants, then we'll prize out top 16 as well, and there is going to be a fellowship prize. I'm thinking it's going to be a Galactus. I feel like everyone's already got one that wants one though, so I'd like to make it something else. Just haven't decided exactly what it's going to be, but we will have a special secret fellowship prize based on some sort of criteria that we haven't really thought out yet, but it'll be interesting for sure. If you need any more information about the tournament or anything, feel free to message the page, message me, message Calder, any 3 of those options. You can even comment on something. We'll probably see it in time. But yeah, just make sure you get a hold of us. $10 entry again, January 1st till the 8th. And hopefully pod play will be wrapped up by the 8th, and then we'll move into single elimination. But I feel like it's going to be a fun tournament. I think that if I wasn't hosting the tournament, if I wasn't being the prince, the crowned prince holding the belt, the title of the Dial H championship, I would probably put my title on the line and be entering the tournament as well, because I think it's going to be a fun tournament. It's really going to, just like Popper stresses being able to build without certain figures, this is going to do the exact same, but I feel like even more extreme, because Popper, there's no end supply of commons and uncommons, and there definitely is a small pool to select from when it comes to super rare primes and ultra chases. So that's why we added regular chases and convention exclusives, because that at least gives you a little bit more room to work with. Hopefully we see some interesting builds, and hopefully everyone that joins has fun. But that's enough of the news. So we'll get on to the rest of the episode, which is just going to be us having a super casual conversation with a couple people in the Clix community. So this first conversation actually took place while we were playing the game Among Us. So if you hear any references to what we're playing while we're talking, we're playing Among Us, and you might hear some of like the weird trash compactor or emergency meeting noises in the background. We just wanted a super casual conversation that we could have while we're playing a game, and we didn't want the game to be something super convoluted, so we could actually talk. But as you can see, we get sidetracked a few times.
All my friends are
out there in Heroclix land.
take it slow.
Oh, okay.
Calder has to occasionally leave the computer to go shave his cat. Otherwise, it just grows ingrown hairs everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty disgusting.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. How's it going? How's everybody doing?
Okay, so here goes game one Among Us. Oh,
I got disconnected.
it kicked Devon.
Yeah, Devon got disconnected.
All right, electrical wire fix wiring. Calder, are you still in this?
Yeah, I'm still in it.
Okay.
I'll just chat for a bit.
Yeah, we can just see what's going on. How's everybody doing? How we doing, fellas?
What is this
Doing okay.
cafeteria thing?
It's another week. Just been busy.
I cleared the cafeteria thing. So I did want to talk about one thing that I was thinking about was, Devon, did you see the ruling that came out with Invincible and Impervious being able to be combined?
Yeah, in a way.
Did you have
Because, like, there's passive powers thing. I mean, I'd never think of it that way, but if they want to go with it, sure. I don't know what to think about it yet.
Yeah, it seems kind of, like, weird.
I thought there was a ruling a while ago that, like, you had to pick a defense power.
Yeah.
That maybe that was just for certain attacks or something, but I thought it was like when you're targeted with an attack, if you had like access to like toughness or invulnerability, etc., whatever.
Yeah, you could only use
I thought you had to pick
at a time. Which is my go-to. I think what they're talking about is you can choose Impervious, but you get the passive effect of Invincible, or vice versa, where you can roll the Impervious and then get the passive Invincible. I skimmed it today. Again, the quarter pretty busy where I work, so I paid too much attention. I saw that. I saw an eBay list for a Lady Phoenix, which was pretty sus, if that's the Among Us term.
Right.
Yeah, she got posted a couple times for like 350, and that's on Facebook.
Yeah, 350, 325.
I'm honestly surprised with this kids this year not releasing their product altogether. It's weird they want to save it, especially since they have an online store. Who would just buy it?
I would think, like, in this time, they would...
Alright, which one of you is the traitor?
It was me.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to find and kill you guys, but they like ejected you, and then they voted Simeon out. And I was like, all right.
I don't know why they voted.
That was easy. There was one imposter with a 10-second cooldown on the thing, and I was like, this is how we're playing it. Okay.
The first like meeting, there was already like 17 people dead, and I only did like 2 things. I barely saw anybody, and someone was like, I don't know, orange is pretty sus, and I was like, I spent half the time in the original room. I don't know why I would have done anything. I didn't even figure out how to leave. I'm sure I look suspicious.
That's pretty suspicious.
Yeah, it looked suspicious because I didn't even know where the tasks were at.
No,
I find the Invincible Impervious interaction yes, it makes sense as far as like wording goes, so I'm not like upset with like how it's worded, but WizKids really likes to throw around what's the phrase they use? It's something like, I don't remember. Something about like how like the spirit of the game. That's what they like to throw around. They really like to throw around like spirit of game, and I'm like, it seems like it's against the spirit of the game to have a power that has like a benefit and a like negative side, which is impervious or invincible. Invincible, you just take the damage if you get hit. There's no rollout. And impervious, you take the penetrating damage, but you have the rollout. And it feels like it's a real bad like game design to allow those to be combined, no matter how awkward or how little they'll actually be combined. I just
A lot
think
of questions.
it seems like a bad precedent.
Oh wow.
I tried to kill you, Calder. I'm sorry.
I saw that. I saw that. I appreciate it.
You're pretty suspicious. Named after
No, I am. Yeah. Expansion of land that holds cattle, not the delicious condiment for salad and others. You see that? You see that bar go up, Devon?
That's what bar? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh no.
I'll say
We're losing swag. We're losing it quickly. Okay. But you know, Heroclix, huh? How about that?
Yeah, some powers
What's that?
can combine. They usually do so by saying they are. You grant like an all caps action. They specifically say it'll work with it. This is just pretty ambiguous to work together. But, I mean, if they get all these out of the way right now, it's not like actual games are happening in person, so maybe enough people can get used to it. The problem comes up is if they make these changes and people come back to the game after the fact. After, like, a year hiatus. It's going to be pretty hard. Not that that's not a Heroclix already, with all the rules changes all the time.
It's just weird. You know, because defense reducers don't normally stack. And it's so even though people are saying they've ruled it that way.
Me and Calder, yeah, the people that are saying they've been ruling it that way, I don't 100% believe, because one, how often has that come up where you've actually like looked up that ruling, but two, I wouldn't have ruled it that way.
They're not powers that really come together on any figure together. But the only quarter cases come up when you have like a bigger power, which would be like the Infinity Gauntlet or.
I also feel like people running like Goblin King would have picked like Invincible Super Senses or Invincible Shape Change over Invincible Impervious.
Right.
Because the reducers don't stack, so why would you assume that I don't know. Since the reducers don't stack, I feel like the powers should just be like one or the other kind of thing. I get that like why they're not, because the reduces penetrating is passive, but still. Are you guys in a game? Sorry, I stepped away for a second.
I'm trying to. Yes, I did it.
Not. You didn't even say anything that time, but and you're wrong, but like that hurt me a lot. We can win on tasks though. Like, that's probably what's going to happen. There's only one imposter. What weird.
So I do want to bring up...
I knew Calder was not an
around.
alien, but I did try to get Calder killed. I'm sorry, Calder.
Yeah.
I do want to bring up an interesting interaction that popped up on the Sets Appeal tournament.
Oh yeah, I hated this.
Well, which one are you talking about? The one that I talked about today?
Well, yeah, the one we talked about today. Are you talking about a different one? There are two different. You're right.
So this is like a rules thing, Devon, and we'll see if like you think the way that me and Calder think or not. So
we can quit this and we can find a new one if you want to.
If you guys are in a different one, I don't care.
Okay.
I just left. No, but you want to talk about a really weird tournament that had some funky little interactions going on. it was a sets appeal tournament. I feel a little bad for Adam for running his first tournament and it being such a cluster of people dropping out, and then how he ran it and everything, and it was rough. It was really rough. It's a rough first go at it.
Yeah. Everyone has their rough first one though, but I thought it was still fun. How
many did you have, Devon?
How many rounds?
Yeah, no, I mean, you ran one tournament. Did you run any more besides that one block you did with like Captain Marvel, Rebirth, and Illuminati? Or did you hold any more?
That'll work. I didn't want to do it all the time.
Yeah.
Make it like an annual thing, like a sets appeal one. But yeah.
Because that was fun. I dug the block building out of those 3 sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about sets appeal. I like it gives you a sealed kind of feeling, which is something that's like sorely lacking in the Clix community right now. There's no way to play sealed, so building out of like a set specific.
Right.
I kind of wish he would have like dropped the set on you, like given you like an hour before your match and been like, okay, like randomized set that you guys got is X, and then you played out of that with only like an hour to build.
Yeah. Being able to schedule it at any time was nice, but yeah, that would have also been cool if it was like just a set time. It just depends how much effort he needs to put into it. I still had fun. I thought it was really good. One thing about restricting it to a single set, though, the good figures from that set will still be good, but not in the same way that they usually are. Like, for example, with the Spider-Man Bullseye at that time was really good, because at the time, ATAs could just be assigned to someone by paying the points, nothing team required. So you could have them see through stealth, but being the restriction for the sets appeal, you would play with stuff that are in that Heroclix tab, so there was no way to give him a stealth busting. Which is pretty interesting. It allowed some other stuff to happen.
Right, especially with like the map.
My favorite moment
we played on.
Both myself and my opponent were playing J. Jonah Jameson. I had a telekinesis though with Vector. I had J. Jonah pick up a rock one turn.
Yeah.
He had J. Jonah up to the other J. Jonah Jameson and killed the imposter with a rock.
Ha! That's
pretty
awesome.
good.
Did you see? So in that tournament, Brad Broyles. I don't know if you know who that is on Discord. It's Murdoch is Brad, but he had an interesting first round loss. Did you catch that at all, Devon?
No, what happened?
Okay, so this is how like the weird ruling that I was talking about. We'll see how you think it goes, because so in a situation where each player has one character left, one figure left on their team, and one, like, they're both, let's say both figures are on their last click. Figure A pushes to attack figure B and hits and KOs figure B. Does figure A then take the unavoidable damage from the push and die? Leaving like the game, so essentially leaving the game in like a double loss, like like both teams wiped kind of situation.
Yeah, it depends when the check for the win condition happens. I'm gonna look up that now.
So the way I always played up until this point was that as soon as one character's entire force was KO'd, the game ended. Or if like the point, like the 400 point line, or like whatever, like whatever the rule was, where like one player would be decided the like winner, the game just like ended before any other like results could happen. So like the unavoidable push wouldn't happen. The game would end, like cut that action off.
In black text in the rule, this example is actually in the rulebook text. It says, in rare cases, all players can be defeated simultaneously, such as if you push a character on its last non-KO click to KO your opponent's last character. And you also count victory points and possibly roll off if it's a tie, in the same manner as if the time limit was reached. So did they tie in this case and roll off, or was someone's point had more points up by the end?
No, the best part was the person that pushed to death to KO actually won by 3 points because he built to 297 and his opponent was playing at 300.
Oh my god, that is super close.
Yeah. It's also, like, in my opinion, the person that was at 297 would have won either way. But on the reverse side, had the person playing the 300 point team pushed their last character to KO the 297's last character, they technically would have won. Or no, they technically would have lost. So, like, even though they get the last attack and they KO their entire opponent's force first, since their character, like, doesn't survive the pushing damage, they technically, like, lose since their point value is higher.
Jeez.
It just seems...
It's really something to keep in mind when you're going, like, nuts to butts, it's getting down on time, and you think you got to make this big sacrifice play, but it might end up, like, biting you anyways. Like, that would really suck in, like, a real-life tournament.
Yeah.
Well, for, like, a more
where you think, like, this
scenario,
is it for top 8 or something, or...
Like, something that's, like, happened to everyone, I feel like, at some point, is you push and, like, crit miss, or you push and they have mystics, and then, like, you take 2 damage, and all of a sudden, like, you're dead. Because the way that and this obviously hasn't come up, like, enough times to matter, but the way that I've always played is once your opponent's, like, force is completely gone, the game, like, ends. It doesn't matter, like, if you pushed on your last attack or, like, what, like... And so I guess that makes scoring a little bit more interesting, because that means if they push a character to death to take out your last, like, character, you technically score that character that they pushed to death. Which is also something I didn't think happened, but...
Yeah, it's such a rare corner, so you do have to keep that in mind then if you have one figure left and your opponent has 2. How is there a chance of you just dying? Especially in the case of you have 2 clicks of life left and you're thinking you're safe with a push but you crit miss. And now you'll just lose the game because of a crit miss. I will find one.
Alright, yeah, sweet.
I'll find one.
Talk about a great show, Subumafu. What a time to be alive. I really miss it.
What was it? Is he a lemur? Is that what he was?
He's a lemur, yeah.
Yeah. And occasionally he became animated.
Yeah, you're right, he did. Hard to think that thing probably, like, died, like, 10, 15 years ago or whatever. It's kind of sad, but the dudes are still kicking.
Yeah, that's depressing.
And they're still doing, like, zoo man stuff. Sorry.
That poor creature that was forced to dance around for television's sake probably died by now. We got Bandit and Kojo. I'm voting for Kojo. I bet it was Kojo. Kojo is... Sup, nice mask. Is what Calder says.
No.
What is Calder saying?
Yeah, I was trying to move when I hit it.
Okay.
A normal say.
Hey, that guy's just named after his color. Is he a robot?
It's the worst when they name themselves blue, but they're red.
That guy is named Line Allison.
Allison, okay.
I feel like I'm getting voted off first because I've been moving around too much.
I mean, none of this is in the game yet.
You don't know Calder. I got voted for it and I didn't even...
No one's even an imposter. Yeah.
I literally didn't even, like, leave the first area and I got voted for. You don't know what it's like.
Yeah, Ted Bundy in the game.
Yes, start. Fuck you. Calder's being a little abrasive in the chat. To say
I just want to be, like, the main antagonist of this whole... Yeah.
Alright. Can they hear me?
No,
Is my microphone going on in game?
I don't think so.
No, it's not in game. No one should be able to hear
Oh,
us
yeah,
in game.
it's- I mean, if our mics. were
No,
on,
they can't hear
like-
us in game. No, they can't hear us in game. There's no voice chat in this game. The only time there's voice is like when people do a Discord thing, I believe.
I have no idea where navigation download.
If you click the
data.
map,
Yeah, where is it?
normal
You gonna go through
Simeon, click the map, it'll show you where to go.
Yeah, normal human Simeon is gonna look and see what's going on, try to
Yeah.
figure out where navigation is.
Simeon,
Yeah.
Simeon, who is not lying to us.
Yep.
If there's anything the Clix community knows about me, it's that I'm super trustworthy.
I just got murdered. Oh, Calder too. Oh my god.
It's the
That's-
two
yeah.
of you, literally.
Yeah.
No one else.
No one else.
I feel like I'm dead, boys. I'm voting for Ted Bundy. I'm dead, boys.
Damn, he really
I don't know
just
how they
called
called
you
it.
like that. And like,
I wasn't
that was
even
it.
close to the body that got reported.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see if we can win.
Devon.
We can still...
Found this my new favorite website
Can they
I
see
found
us
this
as
last
ghosts?
weekend was what? Simeon?
Can they see us as
You can
ghosts?
still like close doors. No, they can't. They can't see us as ghosts. Because then like the ghost could just like hover around the imposter, right? And then
Oh,
they
that's
would
true.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so this last weekend I decided like I was gonna like look into like voice acting and stuff. So I always like wanted to get into that. And just wanted to like just try it. Like just maybe do some stuff for people on YouTube or whatever. And I found this website where you can like audition and everything for it. And it's mostly just YouTube casting calls, which is exactly what I wanted to do. You know, if someone wants Captain America or some shit for like a YouTube. But it's my favorite because so like the best part is you can listen to other people's auditions, and I found out this might be my new favorite website. It's like the cringiest website in the world when you listen to some of these people that think they sound like Wolverine, and you're like, no, buddy, oh no,
Oh yeah.
what are you doing? I'm the best there is at what I do, and they're so bad. But you can listen to them, and I'm like, I didn't realize you could listen to other people's auditions, which makes you want to make your audition not sound terrible. But dude, it's hilarious. I'm just going through. There's like a few different like people are working on like dubbing the JoJo manga for like part 7 and 8, and listening to what people think like Josuke or like Gyro or like any of the manga characters sound like. It's hilarious. It's just my favorite. I love it so much. Oh, it's so bad
I'll
and
have to
so
find
good.
that.
It's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like behind the voice actors or something, dude. It's great. Just going on there and like looking through everybody's auditions. You know, I'm not being mean or anything, but it's just fun listening to them, seeing how like some are pretty good. Like some of them actually like, damn, that is impressive. You know, I love it. It was like somebody was setting up something for like a JoJo manga thing, and it was like, this dude is calm and very whatever. His voice doesn't have a lot of emotion, and later on it gets more emotion. And then one was something like, this guy's very whiny. And then it got to like the girl, and it's like, she is an anime girl. And like, that was her description. Like, oh, okay. Bar's pretty low for her, I guess. Everybody else gets these big, like, detailed, like, what they want them to sound like. And it's like, just sound like an anime girl, please. And it's like, oh, all right. Thanks.
You know, the anime girl, they're all the same.
See, if I was like a voice actor, I would be able to do one voice, and that would be mine. I'd be like the guy from Bob's Burgers that does Bob's Burgers and Archer.
Oh, and like
It's just
Archer.
the same voice.
Yeah.
That would be my skill. It was like, this is what you get. I can do a range of emotions with this
Well, like,
voice.
yeah.
Currently, I am happy. Soon, I will be sad. This is me sad. This is the range of voice you get with this person. I'm pretty sure they beat the imposter. Yeah. Oh, no, they didn't. Or did they? Oh, it says defeat because I was the imposter. Okay.
I'm gonna hit play again, see if we can all get in this bad boy.
Oh, I already quit. Give me the code when you can.
Yeah.
Oh, you quit. ND, so North Dakota. CP, so college, puck, and then HF, hockey, frick. Yeah. ND, North Dakota, CP, HF, yeah. I can't think of like the
Lil Uzi's in the house. Pink's not taken. No one ever votes for Pink. Just kidding. I'm going.
I don't want to take my skin off. It feels weird wearing pants like that.
Say it feels
I'm
weird
speed up
not
a little.
wearing pants. I don't like this guy. Why is this guy just staring at the wall? He's pretty sus. Shut your mouth a little. Jeez. Calder is the most antagonizing person I've ever seen in this game. That I've been playing for 10 minutes now.
He's so good.
Calder, did you get kicked?
I did not get kicked yet.
Oh my god.
See if I can survive.
Glad you're not actually recording this on screen.
Oh, Ranchman.
Oh, no!
Ranchman was banned.
I guess I'll leave.
My mouth is writing check can't cash or however that goes.
So much for freedom of speech.
I'm gonna.
Where's the free
Yeah,
speech
what
when
the
you
hell?
need it?
Here, I'm joining one. It's UHS, so University Hockey Sticks, and then DIF. Ads, Indigo, Fathers.
Calder's been really into the hockey lately, apparently. Let's see if Calder can get himself kicked from this game as well. I am a girl. Female.
Did you guys ever have like an experience playing Heroclix where it was like, holy smokes, I think I want to play this game for the next 10 years? Or like, was there ever like a, yeah, I guess I'll collect it, I just sort of slowly get into it? Or was there ever like a moment in time where it popped for you, where you were like, man, I think I want to play this for a very long time and then make content about it as well?
A lot of people have never... A lot of people have like said like they have the like point where they're just like, I have no idea where admin is. They hit the point where they're just like, oh, I really want to get into like meta from now on. And for me,
yeah,
that's never happened. Like every time I play like a competitive game,
I didn't ask.
Oh, that's
where. No, we can make meta a separate discussion. I wasn't saying necessarily meta. I was just saying like HeroClix in general, because I always just collected the figures. I didn't have a place to play it, and I think because I didn't have any place to play it for like literally 3 years, that I just hyped it up so much, and I was like, but I need to keep doing this so I can eventually play, because all I want to do is play. So it was always like this thing that I hadn't achieved yet that I needed to go out and do. And when I was finally able to do it, that's when I just got addicted, because I was like, wow, I've been collecting these stupid miniatures for like 3 years, and now I'm playing them, and like the game is really fun to play. And I also realized that the way I've been playing in my basement was completely wrong. Not completely, but very wrong anyways.
I think that happens to everybody starting out. Sorry, I just had to do as Simon says. I've kind of always just like kept going if I'm having a good time. Keep collecting. My decision to start like a channel was we, at the time, had lost a good chunk of the community right after War of Light. I had nothing. I had all these figures to do other than play once a week. All right, we got to say who we think is suspicious.
Even in Omaha, was there
Ranchman suspicious? Are they voting for Ranchman?
To the channel, sorry.
I'm fighting for my freaking life.
Yeah. I didn't vote for you this time, Calder. You should be safe.
Oh,
Okay.
2 people.
Oh my
did
gosh! But like, look at
that. 2
that.
people skipped voting. That
Yeah.
have been. Does it only
Yeah.
take? Okay, I was gonna say, does it
Well,
only
it was
take
me
2
for
people?
sure. It takes a tie.
What happened to the first imposter?
Certainly not me. The imposter is loving. The imposter is loving the fact that you keep saying it's me in every round. Because I think it's only been me once. This whole day.
Well, you just came out of that vent, Calder, so I'm pretty sure it's you.
Oh, is that what you think happened?
I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. I just saw you in the weird corner by the vent, so I'm glad
There's
you
a
didn't
task
kill
in
me,
there,
though.
dude. Come on. I wanted to stop there to see if you would kill me.
Ah, I see.
All right.
Fill oxygen somewhere.
Oh, dude, I just saw a lime green vent. Lime green. Oh, you! I was running for the button, and I just realized we were on a call. Sorry, you son of a bitch.
Ow, Simeon.
Oh my gosh,
I
did
was
that in
running to
fr-
go hit the button and like vote
I
this
did
guy
that
out.
in
I see
front
him come
2
out of the
other
vent.
people. I was like, oh
You
no,
bastard.
Calder saw me. I better kid him in front of 2 other people, and then they did nothing.
And then they didn't get the oxygen is what it was. And I was racing to go get oxygen, and then I saw you, and I
They
was
didn't
like,
do an
dude, that was
emergency
pretty well
meeting?
played.
Was there only one emergency meeting allowed?
GG, I was gonna hit. Yeah, I was gonna hit the emergency meeting. Well, the other ones were body reports, so I was gonna hit the emergency meeting and be like, it was Lime. I saw him vent 100%. But damn, and dude, the worst part is like the emotion was you didn't see the animation, I know, but like the animation was you pull out a gun, you shot me in the head, and like that's how it felt too. It was just being stopped dead in my tracks. Oh my gosh,
Okay, I still don't know.
my
what
adrenaline
admin
was
swipe
so
card is.
high for that. We got 10.
So, Devon,
Here we go.
since you started playing, has your opinion on what figure you would make if you ever like had the chance to make a figure, has that changed at all?
I really want an Uncle Sam. Katie wants me to make a Detective Chimp because that's her favorite character. So I'm a bit stuck. I'd
You
probably
want
still go
Uncle
Uncle
Sam
Sam.
If we would have won teams, and you would have said like, let's make Uncle Sam, I'd have been like, heck yeah, let's make Uncle Sam. Let's give him the whole like Spirit of America trait where he like gets better the more his country like believes in him or like whatever. Or if like the more points you have scored or something, all stats go up.
Yeah,
Nothing crazy. I think Uncle Sam would be great.
try to go in. But yeah, Uncle Sam would be neat. Just because it was fun to play on like July 4th builds. But he's not that good anymore.
Is dead.
Oh man, that's what I should Crisis for round 3 with the
See, did you have a Uncle Sam on your Crisis team?
No, I just played as the one of the big Supermen.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Alright, let's see who killed who. I guess Blueberry. No, Blueberry's dead.
Well, they
Simeon's
left the
dead.
lobby, so
Oh.
you sure? Yes, sus boy. Mr. White says orange Zafe. Self. Mr. White is voting for himself.
Simeon, was there always a character you had in mind? If you ever won Worlds, hypothetically, obviously, because we don't have
mean,
the skill to do that. But
Yeah, Dark
has it
Claw.
changed over the years, or has it always been Zombie Wolverine? Oh, Dark Claw. Well, realistically,
Dark Claw,
Simeon.
Dark Claw was always the the pipe dream option. Over the years, it has changed because they've made some of the characters that I never really thought they would. Oh, this guy's really just gonna stand here, huh? Really just gonna... don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Uh-oh. If Orange dies, you all die.
If you kill me, I swear to God. Okay.
Oh.
No, I keep like going back and forth. Really? Did no one see that? That was pretty suspicious. That was a really bad idea. But I feel like every year when I want to like make a new character, it's always based off of like a newer comic. I don't know. I think I'd really like to like finish out some comic lines. So like in Battle World, there's no like Phoenix Egg Cyclops, even though he doesn't do anything, and so I probably would go with something along the lines of that, not necessarily like Phoenix Egg Cyclops or whatever, but something to finish off. Or at this point, I might make a God Doom that I actually believe is good compared to the one that I made. Because
that's a hot opinion, Simeon. It's a hot opinion. Some people will be mad he's saying
really
that.
Ejected Orange, huh? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're probably gonna wait around until it's saying, "Oh, we're moving so slow."
There was like 5 people standing right by the person that did it. I can't believe only.
Man, I wasn't there though.
Can I still do tasks as a ghost?
Yes, you can.
Really?
Yeah. Once you're a ghost, you can just go through.
Brown. Brown's gonna kill me. It's Brown.
No,
or
watch
it's
out,
Cyan.
Calder, watch. Calder, watch.
Don't. Dude, shut up.
Emergency.
They all walked past me. Oh, Brown called it. Yeah, I don't think I could ever make anyone but the Captain America they missed fear itself as much as I hate. As much as I hate to make another Captain America. You're saying, Simeon.
At this point, like if I were to Oh, you guys lost.
Oh yeah.
At this point, if
I bet it's probably Brown. I bet it's Brown.
I would pick something from their D&D line. So I would pick like the Beholder.
You think they would allow that?
I don't know.
They'd let that get this.
But since like they already have the figure, I'd be like, can you just put a dial on this, like for real? Like this is what I will allow you to do, kind of thing. Oh,
that's like
Brown's dead.
Transformers fans, being like, "Hey, dude, you got to okay."
Devon Calder, Devon Calder, watch it. It's too late. Yeah, it's too late.
How many of us are left? If one of us die, do we lose? That was okay. That's what I thought it was. That was such a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't know why you ran in circles around. But no, if they manage to
I'm running circles around you.
If they manage to like just like literally if I could just force them to put a dial on their D&D stuff just to like see how good it could be, or like force them to like make a set like however small or a con exclusive or whatever they ended up making because of it, it would really just be like
if they made a set of the
it'd be
sorry finish your thought.
It'd be worth it just to like force them to realize like what missed opportunity they've been having.
I think the best way to do it is they should make a Fast Forces or D&D like starter set, and it shouldn't be actual D&D characters. It should be the dudes from the 80s D&D animated show, and I would love that. I think that'd be hilarious. Fudge. Yeah, I think that'd be great. There it is. But yeah, Have you guys seen that D&D animated show? It's pretty funny. It's pretty campy. Like the very first episode, they fight Tiamat. It's hilarious. It's like first level players. Here you go. You know, it's very much a product of its time, and they just wanted to be like, we got to fight big monster right away. Get the kids involved. Everybody be happy. Enjoy it. It's apparently really big in Brazil or something like that. Like in South America, people like love that show because there was like a car commercial based on it, with like professional TV grade costumes for like for these D&D for the members or whatever, the cast of the Dungeons and Dragons animated show. And like it's kind of a cult classic or something because like Sideshow has made like statues of it, and like I've watched most of it, but I don't think I like it enough to get like $1,000 worth of these statues to display all of them together. I don't think I like the show that much, but yeah, like I think that would be hilarious, like starter set or something. But just normal D&D minis, they could make. I mean, the overlap between Heroclix players and D&D players probably isn't a lot, but generic paladins, generic warrior, elf, whatever, people would love that. Yeah. I assume people would love that because I liked the undead set. Obviously, I guess that didn't sell very well or something because they never made another one.
Well,
and I would love another undead set.
And their undead set is basically, and this is what like I've been harping on like for a while, but like their undead set is literally just a D&D set plus the addition of like 2 named characters or like 3 named characters that couldn't technically be in a D&D set, but like zombies, skeletons, vampires, werewolves, ghosts, all of that could be in like D&D like miniatures. And the fact that they could like already have the miniatures and port them to like having a dial, it'd be so easy, and I can't believe that they just don't do it. It's crazy. But like the fact that they have so many beautiful 2x2s, like the Beholder and all of the dragons and everything, I can't believe that they don't like. I can't believe they don't just like, I don't know. Do you think that D&D is like the same thing of Hasbro, where like Hasbro has its own game, it makes its own games, so we're not going to let you make something that would be only useful for like your game with our property type of deal? You know? Like, because if they're buying the D&D minis, and there's several companies that make D&D minis, like there's these weird ones that show up in Walmart from time to time that are like these really heavy metal ones that the bases don't even work for a standard like D&D grid map for what it would be, which is weird. But oh no.
Yeah, do you think
being chased?
Do you think like that's where the license is caught up?
I have honestly.
Oh, dude, I got perfect wires, by the way, guys. I'm very happy about this. Perfect ghost wires.
Oxygen depleted. I don't know where oxygen is. I do know that I was being chased
Top
by
right.
an imposter, and for some reason, Mr. White was running the opposite way of oxygen. Interesting.
It's so weird because, like, what do the miniatures for like My Little Pony and Transformers do? They do nothing because there's no game for them, especially My Little Pony, right? Like that definitely feels like it doesn't need miniatures because they already make horses, and you feel like if they wanted paintable horses, it would be some mass-produced like ceramic little fun class or something where they'd be like, get a Pinkie Pie and paint it. Why is it? I want to know who the smooth talker at WizKids is that convinced Hasbro that like, yeah, this is what you should do. You should make it these really tiny things that are used for game pieces that you can't use ponies in any game, really. I think there actually is My Little Pony, like a D&D book for it, but there's probably that for like everything, sadly. So
they also have some, you can't use them in actual games, but there's like Magic the Gathering cards too.
Oh, okay.
Although
that's so weird.
They're changing that up because they're Walking Dead cards. Like, so you can actually use them and stuff. Weird.
Yeah, we were talking
Can't believe there's My Little Pony cards.
We were talking to Alex about how
we were.
Magic is bringing Walking Dead to like the forefront or whatever, bringing it into the game, and he was not sold on the idea, and he's been a judge for like 10 years. I have no idea.
He was not a fan. Yeah, he was so unimpressed. He was like kind of mad about it. Like he didn't get mad or anything, but you could tell it bothered him that they would even do that. because it doesn't fit the theme of Magic at all, obviously,
There's a
right?
split in the community for it right now. Weird.
All those games
Oh,
go.
there's Sun Gaze.
So kind of in the same vein
Okay.
of like Magic, people being so upset about this property being welcomed into Magic. Do you think there's any property in Heroclix that people would truly get mad? Like, it was that way for WWE for a little bit. People were really miffed that they would allow that into the game.
I think
Was that
now
our
you're, like,
Walking Dead? Like,
used to it that like it wouldn't matter. It would just be like, okay. Like it would have to be really out there for what our game has entailed, right? So we've had Lord of the Rings and
Right.
Halo, and
Yeah.
or like
'Cause
that been kept pretty strict.
99%.
that's
of
why I
the,
didn't get the upset for
99%
WWE.
of the
because,
complaints
like,
about WWE is that they're just regular people. And I'm like, so are like 90%, not 90%, but like so are like 25% of like comic characters. Jimmy Olsen, Prez Ricard, what's the Commissioner Gordon,
yeah.
the lady of the Suicide Squad, whatever her name is. All those people are just regular people, yet they fill a slot in a lot of sets. Robin is technically a regular person. Batman, I'm not gonna say is a regular person because he's like Scott Steiner. He's a freak, a genetic freak.
Next time we do the promos for the next one of those, one of us has to do the Scott Steiner promo. Oh well, interesting.
Oh, one of us has to like take steroids for 5 years until
Not
it gets
Mr.
our
Banana.
brain. Is that what you mean, Calder?
See,
But no,
property. I guess complaint would be like switching up the rules again.
yeah,
think that
and I
could
get the complaint
get more
against like
fully-
them making rules that are specific or whatever, because that truly is like annoying. But you can't deny that, like WWE rules have like changed the game for the better. Like it's added some cool stuff that we did not have before, like for sure. Like the ability to
I was thinking if they change for the base game again, or depending on what they want to do. Because we're coming up on another anniversary year within the next couple of years, and that's usually when they revamp a whole ton of stuff. As far as like WWE goes, I really wish Turtles had that way back when.
yeah, for sure. I wish any of the Star Trek like series had gotten something. And that'll conclude our mini conversation with Devon that we had. For more Devon, go ahead and check out the Happy Little Heroclix YouTube channel, where he's always pumping out some great content. And we're going to close out the show with a Jedi Legend Heroclix tip of the week.
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
I don't want to sell you death sticks.
You want to go home and rethink your life.
I want to go home and rethink my life.
This one's for the newbies. Telekinetic yo-yoing. What is it? TK what? This is where you TK an attacker in, they do their thing, and then another TK telekinesis TKs them out. Considering Sabretooth from Uncanny X-Men 031 or ADW 034 Elektra, any free TK and prob are a bonus. A good TK yo-yo combo is always a fun thing to run. It also works with just one TK and like a charge or running shot hypersonic piece where you move them up the field, attack, and then your TK is about 6 squares back. Usually 6 squares back, that's the range for TK, and you just yank them back so that they're out of harm's way. It's a pretty good tip, and that'll conclude our episode for this week. Again, not our normal format. Hopefully we don't have to do this too many times. It's kind of a weird episode, but I think there's some stuff in there that people could like, so hopefully you enjoyed it. And as always, Dial H for Heroclix is sponsored in part by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock every day. There's that newest X-Men House of X set coming out, and that's going to be pretty fun, I think. I'm going to want some of it. Not sure how much. I haven't decided. But if you want some of it too, you can check it out at coolstuffinc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock every day, from the latest Heroclix singles and sealed products to, everything else you might need, like card boxes and dice and whatever. So check them out at coolstuffinc.com. This is the part where Kalder would say, "See you later, Space Cowboy."
Myself.